3 reasons corn is so addicting. Guys, I was hooked on corn. I loved it. I could not stop using it every day, sometimes multiple times a day. And it really was causing some issues in my life. So when I quit, I really had to evaluate, okay, what was going on internally and externally that was causing me to stay so connected to this behavior. So the first reason corn is so addicting is because it gives instant sexual gratification without having to actually work for it. Going out, meeting people, having relationships, going on dates, etc. It's a different ball game. It takes time, it takes energy. And today, with the computer and the internet, it's easy to just open it up, type in whatever fantasy or desire one wants, and boom, it's there. Absolutely no work. Obviously, as you know, you can be on the couch without any clothes on, with Cheeto dust all over your chest, typing in, the hottest girl you've ever thought of, and boom, she's there. So it really teaches that, okay, I don't actually have to go work for any sexual gratification. I don't have to put any effort whatsoever in. And it's like, why would I come back? Why would I actually go out and put in effort that's gonna be painful and that's gonna hurt when I can just, open my computer, which takes 2 seconds. So that's what it was for me. I was addicted to the ease of it. Because if we look back in history here, let's go really far back to when cavemen walked the earth, right? They had to go hunt. They had to go out there, kill an animal, maybe track down a mammoth for weeks on end, bring it home, provide for the family, and then they would get to have sex. Now, even looking recently before internet, right, you would still have to go out, you'd have to meet people in person. So you actually had to put effort into it. Nowadays, of course, as we just talked about, you don't gotta do that. You just gotta open the computer. The next reason why corn is so addictive is that it gives so many neurochemical spikes that, kind of like the first one, you only get in real life from going out there and doing stuff. So serotonin, dopamine, tons of dopamine, right? And it just floods the system, floods the brain, floods the body, right? It's not like you just get a little bit, like if you're on a phone with a friend or whatever, it's just boom, like right there, pun intended. And oxytocin as well. As we know, people get hooked on oxys like it's a drug. For me, I was hooked on the chemicals as well. I was hooked on that excitement, all that rush of endorphins, oxytocin when I would open the computer, when I would just even think about it, being like, okay, I get to go home tonight and watch corn, right? That gave such a boost of chemicals that's what I was hooked on. So before we get into the last one here, comment down below why you think corn is so addictive. And subscribe to the channel too. It really helps the channel grow. It's been moving like crazy and it really helps to get this content out to more people. So the third and final reason why corn is so addictive is because it gives a false sense of human connection. When I'm looking at the screen and I see someone looking back, the mind doesn't notice that that's not a real person. Well, it is a real person, but that's not a person physically in front of you. And of course, today with like all the high-tech cameras, etc., and OnlyFans, which I never got into, but I imagine if I would have been super hooked. You get that one-to-one human connection, it seems. However, I was even more lonely after I stopped. I used corn to fill the loneliness hole, right? And it gave that false sense that I had people around me, that I was in a relationship. In reality though, of course I wasn't. I was just looking at a screen of a different screen. There was no human-to-human interaction. And I think a lot of people turn to corn because they're feeling lonely. And so again, when I quit, I had to go out and start to meet people, start to nurture and foster those relationships so that I could experience human connection, real human connection. And the best part is that when I did quit corn, I was able to have deeper relationships because I wasn't so fried emotionally, mentally, spiritually. I didn't feel so much shame either, so I could actually hold conversations and look people in the eye. When I was watching corn, I couldn't do that because the only eyes I would look in were the eyes of some person on the screen, doing fun stuff. And so it really took some time to readjust and balance that stuff out.